What's good, guys? This is Emmanuel from BestWeb, and just a caution: before you watch this video or understand it, you should watch the about Aviator video first. Those who are coming to watch this video, we are going to take the assumption that you've already watched the about Aviator video. So, going into what we want to learn today, AviatMan. So, AviatMan is simply an advisor on how to play the Aviator game by Scribe. So all it does is tell you how to place baits for you to maximize your returns. We're using the Martingale system, so you really need a good balance for you to attain good profits. It's not a holy grail system, and I just want to take you through this application. So on my desktop, you can already see this application here, the AviatMan. That's the name of the app, and it's a free app. It's currently available on our website, and we want to publish it on other stores. So you can see our website down here, www.bestwebtech.com, and it's free. If you don't have an account, you can register your account by clicking this button here, and immediately you register, it will take you through their account. So now I already have an account here, so I'm just going to log into my existing account, and within this app we have a demo application for you to test your strategies, and we also have a live application for you to be able to log in and play the game. So let's log in and get right to it. So this app has four screens. You can see at the bottom here the betting screen, the setting screen, the help screen, and the logout screen. So the help screen is simply going to have videos like the one I'm recording now on how to play the Aviator game using the AviatMan app. So this first screen, the settings screen, determines the parameters you're going to use when you're placing your baits on Aviator. So the first question it's asking you here is for you to specify how much capital are you specifying. So for now, it's not currency specific. It's just values, whether you're using US dollars or pounds or the rand, the South African rand, or the Canadian dollar. It's really independent of currency. So you can put an amount based on how your country's currency perceives. So for instance, I'll indicate we put in here, let's say $3,000. I'll put $3,000 because the demo within this app also permits you to try out the Aviator game using 3,000. So the next question is asking, it's a bet amount. So this is simply asking you to say, out of your invested capital, how much do you want to place on each bait? So for instance, since we're just starting for now, let's just assume we want to place let's say $10. I'm putting a smaller amount on this one here because the demo version of the Aviator app actually permits to a maximum of $100 bet. So you cannot bet more than $100. So I'm putting 10 so that since we're using a martingale system, and for those that don't know, a martingale system, it's a system that if you get your if you're going to get your bet wrong, it's eventually going to multiply or add to your initial bet amount. So if you're initially starting with 10 and you get your bets wrong, the amount is going to increase gradually until you cash out according to what you wanted to output. So we're going to start with a small bet amount since the demo version of the app also permits us only to go as far as $100 for the demo. Again, another thing I want to mention about the bet amount is that it is also the profit you should anticipate after a grade circle. So I'll explain about a grade circle in another video. So it's more of saying how much money do you want to place on each bet, and secondly, how much do you want to make of it out of all the bets that you take. So if I specify 10 here, I'm actually saying two things. Firstly, each bet should be $10, and secondly, when I move out of what I call a grade circle, which I'll explain later, you're going to also walk out with the same amount. The third part here, it's where now we specify how many bets do you want to take to reach your bet amount. So it is how many of these do you want to take to get to this. So I could tell it that I want 2 bets. So if I click save, don't mind the ads, you can just close, but if you like the ads, you can click on it and it will take you to the actual advertisement. So you see, if you click save, it's going to bring you a multiplier of 1.5 here. So what that implies is that you're going to have 2 bets. That's what this means. And each bet, the multiplier, you'll have to put 1.5. What that really recalls is that when you take your first bet, you're going to make 50% of your bet amount. When you take your second bet, you make another 50% of your bet amount and eventually make 100% of your bet amount from the 2 bets. So that's what that means. Now, I want to tell you something. The smaller the number here, the higher the multiplier, and the higher the probability, the lower the probability of you winning the game. So it's a probability game, really. So you have to study the probabilities. So if I'm going to, for instance, change that to, let's say, 5, as I say save, you can see my multiplier has reduced to 1.2. So there's a higher probability of getting 1.2 than 1.5. And if I say I want from every bet, I want to make $10, or I'll bet with $10 and I also want to make $10, then it will tell me I have to put up a multiplier of 2. So it is difficult to get to a multiplier of 2 than it is to get to a multiplier of 1.5, and further than a multiplier of 1.2 based on the number of trades. So for this instance, I'm going to put 2 so that we have a 1.5 as our multiplier. So you need to understand that logic there. So once we have those configurations saved, you can now move on to betting. So betting is here. So I'm going to click on betting. So in this video, we're going to proceed on the next video on explaining what is happening here.